Welcome back to another Canon Review. I'm your host Terry, and I'm doing my initial reaction for Aquaman. Shout out to Amazon Prime. Got to see it a week early. So as tradition, I'm not going to grade it just yet. I'm going to give my initial reaction and come back with a follow-up spoiler review and give my grade on it. But overall, coming out, it's a lot to process, to be honest with you. I feel like during this movie, there was so many little things that I didn't catch or that I felt were going to be important to the story and I didn't hear. Like there's just a lot of lore, a lot of new names, a lot of, places and people that you don't know or not necessarily might know. And so it was a lot, and it was just a lot to process. So I feel like I'm definitely going to have to let it digest. And I'm probably going to have to see it. Well, I usually see it a second time, then do the spoiler review. So probably going to see it a second time. But overall, I got to say I enjoyed myself. I think there's a larger conversation about tone and DC and Marvel I'm going to have later. But overall, I would say that I enjoyed this movie, and I feel like this wasn't the result of something else. I think this is what James Wan was heading towards either way. And I think this was the style of movie that he wanted to make. And it fit Jason Momoa. It fit the directing style. And I liked what it came out. Not everybody's performance was strong to me, but I would say the action and the directing, like cinematography, all of that, was so good. I mean, it was smooth. It wasn't like something we never seen before, but it's not what you typically see, I would say, with a superhero movie and the way they shot it. And, it maybe, I don't know, I don't do horror movies really, so maybe that is James Wan's style. But I just felt like you don't really see that style in superhero movies, so I just appreciated the way that went. And the movie tried to keep a really upbeat pace so that, move through things quickly and didn't sit on any one thing too long, which I think kind of hurts, like I said, with so much lore and so much going on, because it is very Atlantis and Atlantean Kingdom focused. And so there's a lot of information that hasn't been in the DCU yet or isn't, the normal information. So I just felt like that pace kind of hurt it because it was like we was getting a lot thrown at us and it kept moving on. So there was that. But overall, I had a good time. It was more of an adventure movie than anything. It's kind of hard. I'm going to try to think about what I feel. But I remember James Wan saying this is like Star Wars underwater. And there's parts where I really feel that, more so like the prequels. Like if you're talking, and I'm not saying quality wise, I know some people really hate the prequels, but you talk about the size and scope and kind of what they were doing in the prequels, I feel like there's definitely a lot of moments where this does feel like that. But as far as just like the character driven part from the original trilogy, no, I wouldn't say it has that, but it is a new world, and it is it's different. It's definitely different. I think I came out of this feeling like this Aquaman could exist with Snyder's Batman, could exist with Snyder's Superman, with Affleck's Batman, or Matt Reeves, whoever want to take on it. Like, I feel like those could have existed in the world with Patty Jenkins' Wonder Woman. I feel like they could have all existed in this world. Like, I don't think that DC necessary. And I never thought that they were planning to make it all the same tone. I do think with certain characters, they were planning to have more fun with them in their own movie. And so, I think there still exists a place where this could all work together. But, that's moved past. And that's a whole different conversation that I shouldn't even get into that till later. But I just came out thinking like, yes, Jason Momoa's Aquaman. I'm on board with him. Going forward, I don't want to see that much of Atlantis, to be honest. Like, I like to see now the political side and the action side, of course, of him being a superhero / king, kind of like Black Panther, his duty to Atlantis / his duty to the earth. Now that's what I want to see going forward. We got whole bunch, majority of Atlantis in this, and I'm kind of done with that world. I mean, cause it's cool and it looks different, but it's not really lived in. It's just like, you know what I mean? It's not people going around doing day-to-day stuff, cause they all swimming and it's different. And so, I appreciate it for this kind of quote unquote origin story as the king. But after this, I would like to see, if they bring Jason Momoa back as Aquaman, I would like to see it be more on Earth. But overall, it was just fun. Yeah, it was fun. It was big. It was adventurous. Jason Momoa carries the charm. The movie does, you know, somewhat a little bit of joking, but honestly, Jason Momoa carries the entire charm of the movie. He's much like The Rock, where he's just charismatic and you like to see him on screen, and he does a good job. And I like the two villains. I like Orm, Ocean Master, and I like Black Manta. Neither, I think, got enough time, but I think I still like the way they portrayed. And honestly, even though the movie moved quick, it gave a decent enough reason to why they wanted to do what they wanted to do. So, all that was cool. All that was cool. Overall, it was just a solid movie. It was a lot of fun. I feel like it has rewatchability. I don't think it has anything extremely creative plot wise, but still, I just think it's an enjoyable, fun movie. Really, this is more of a summer movie. It's interesting that it came out now in December. It's not exactly a family movie. It is kind of a blockbuster type deal. So interesting came out now, not in the summer. So, yeah, we'll see kind of how the numbers do with that. But overall, yeah, I pretty much liked it. So go to the comment section if you saw it already. Let me know what you thought overall. And if you didn't see it, let me know what you're looking forward to. Thumbs up, subscribe, share it around. Remember, if you heard it here, it's official canon.